Welcome, everyone, to the MT4MH studios, where we spread our love and we share our ketogenic lifestyles. Today's video is going to be about my tenets in life. These are all of my metabolic methods for making my mitochondria as strong as possible. These are the things that I believe in most. These are the metabolic therapies that I employ to help me be the best version of myself. And it all starts with a foundation of mindset. Motivation and discipline is number one. For me, my why is to be the best dad I can be. This is a very critical time in my child's life as an 8-year-old, and I want to be the most calm and happy Stephen T that I can be so that I can be the best father I can be for her. That is my why. If you don't have your why, you need to find one. What is your reason for being the best version of yourself? What is your why? You need to find your why. The discipline part of it is, are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your why? For me, it's easy. I want to be the best dad so bad. It's the most important thing to me that I am willing to sacrifice. I am willing to do whatever it takes, and I am willing to put in the work and be disciplined to get there. Number 2 is balance and structure. One of my favorite quotes that I like to say is to go slowly, take it easy, and be gentle on yourself. Don't try to do too much too soon. If you're coming off a standard American diet, it's not smart to jump right into a carnivore diet, right? That would be too much too soon. If you already have a routine going and you want to add all these things in, you want to add in supplements and you want to add in working out and you want to add in going to some kind of accountability meeting, you can't add all these things in without taking something out. You got to have balance. And structure is very important for anybody looking to do a ketogenic diet or metabolic therapies, especially for their mental health. Some kind of a structured schedule with consistent times. And even if you don't have much going on in your life, you can still try to get to bed the same time, try to wake up the same time, try to go for a walk at the same time every day. Make it simple, but have a structured schedule. So those are my mindset foundations. After that, I have my foundational actions. These are all the things that I can do to try to be the best version of myself. And it starts with the ketogenic diet and fasting. What goes in my mouth and when and how often. So for me, I have found eating once a day works best. And also eating only meat and fat at a very high fat ratio works best. I have my HFBO or high fat beef only, but I am consuming a lot of lamb lately, which I'm really enjoying. And on most days, I aim to keep my fat at or above 90%. The remaining 10% is protein. I do cycle it. I do have days that are going to be 80% fat with a lot more protein. I'm all over the place with my consumption, but for the most part, I'm looking to be 90-10. My second foundational action is meditation and breath work. Every single morning, I meditate and I do breath work. I'm doing the Wim Hof breath holds. And this is something that will vary as well. But for the most part, I'm doing 3 to 5 rounds. I'm spending 15 to 20 minutes. And I get into my meditation and I have a couple of mantras that I recite to myself. And after a couple of minutes of doing that, I do my breath work. And then usually at the end, I will go back to the meditation. One of the things that I've committed to recently is doing a second meditation and breathwork session somewhere in the day. I've been enjoying doing it at night, shortly before bed. Sometimes I will do it at the sunset, which is really powerful. I love being able to do this meditation and breathwork at the sunrise and the sunset in the same day. But it's just so elusive. It's either there's clouds or life gets in the way and I can't make both, but I try. Next up on my foundational actions is circadian rhythm management and sleep hygiene. So as I said with the sunrises and sunsets, I try to get as many of those sunrises and sunsets in my eyes as possible. So it may be a day where I'm working and I'm signed into my work computer, but I can look out my kitchen window when the sun rises and I can still get some of that sunrise light in my eyes. Same thing with the sunset. I have a porch on the side of the house that faces south. And as the sun is going down, I can look out towards the west and I can get some of that sunset in my eyes. This is important for our hormones and for melatonin production. I also try to get as much daytime sun in my eyes as possible. This can be challenging with a day job and coaching and all the things that I'm doing. I have an app on my phone that tells me when the sun is at the highest point of the sky for the day. It's called solar noon. It's not always going to be at noon. Right now it's been like 12:20, 12:30, but when I see that, I will try to drop everything and go outside for at least 5 minutes and just get some sun. I also wear red lens blue blockers at night. That's these guys here. You guys have seen me wearing these before in some of my interviews to block the blue light at night. And as far as more circadian rhythm management, I find it very helpful to try to have consistent sleep and wake times. I know this can be challenging. The wake up part is at least I can control sometimes with a kid and doing a different bedtime routine. The times can be different, so that may vary, but I do the best that I can. Next up, one of my favorites, sunshine and body movement. This is one of my favorite tenets because there's a whole lot of fun and enjoyment here. You'll notice that in the meditation and the breath work, I mentioned sunrise and sunset. And also in circadian rhythm management and sleep hygiene, I mentioned sunrise and sunsets. Now I have its own tenet with sunshine in it. And I put the sunshine and the body movement together because I often stack these things together. And I want to get as much sun exposure on my skin as possible. As far as body movement, it's as simple as standing. I'm at a standing desk right now to limit my sitting. I love walking. I go for a walk every single day. That's one of the things I committed to for the new year. Meditation, breath work, and a walk every single day. What I like to do is eat my one meal and then go for a walk. Even if it's a 10-minute walk, it helps me digest better. And also for a food addict like me, I mean, I'm just an addict in general, but I have a tendency to eat too much. So for me to have an exit strategy and to leave the house after I'm done eating gets me away from the food and helps me digest. Also for body movement, I have formal exercise. I'm lifting weights, I'm sprinting, and then I'm doing mobility and foam rolling that I'm doing twice a day. Any form of body movement I find to be helpful. Next up for my foundational actions, tenets in life, love and be loved. And this is where the community comes in. And if you're not already connected in some way to some community, if you're trying to quit coffee, you can get into Caffeine Anonymous, or you can just join a Facebook group. The Keto for Mental Health Facebook group is a really great one to join if that's what you're looking to do. Having friends, volunteering, putting yourself out there and volunteering. I went and did the polar plunge, which was a charity effort, and it was a lot of fun. And I raised money for Special Olympics and helping others. Just find some way to help somebody. Even if you feel like you're not in a position or you feel like you have nothing to offer, there's always ways to help other people. Last but not least, I have one of my favorite tenets in life, and that's to have fun and enjoy life. Because as I like to say, if we can't have fun and enjoy life, what's the point of even being alive and being on Earth? For me, this can be so many different things. It can be like the silly way I do the tagline for the show where I say, fix yourself with fat. It's goofy and it's silly. Now, there's a lot of truth to that. I believe that. I believe that we fix ourselves with a high-fat diet. But I just try to get a laugh out of people by doing that. Other ways that I have fun and enjoy life, I take a simple task like, say, folding laundry, which would normally be considered a boring task. But I will sit in my side porch, which I said faces the south sky. It could be 35 degrees out. It'll be 85 in that porch, and I'll take my shirt off, and I'll have music on, music that I love. And here I am sunning myself, and it's as if it's a July summer day. And yeah, I'm folding my laundry, but I am enjoying the heck out of it. And I'm also making sure that I have enough time, that I'm not rushed, and that I'm enjoying it. And if I want to fold a couple items and then I want to jam out, I want to air drum to a song for a couple of minutes, I can do that. I can totally enjoy myself. Another way that I have fun and enjoy life is to take another simple task, like I have books that need to be returned to the library. It's only a few minutes away, and I could be there and back in the car probably in 5 minutes if I wanted to. And you can just dump the books in the thing on the outside, right? The return thing. So that's not how I do it. What I like to do is I want to take a walk. And if I can do it on a day when it's sunny, now I'm getting sunshine, I'm getting body movement, and I'm having fun and enjoying life. I'm also completing a task, which is not one of my tenets because we all have to complete tasks, check things off our to-do list no matter what. I'm combining all these things, and then I don't just drop my books in the Dropbox or whatever you want to call it. I go in the library and I have face-to-face interaction with people. Now, this is not to the extent of loving and being loved, but it's still a sense of human interaction and connecting with people, and to say, hi, how are you? And how was your day? And then I find usually people working at the library are very friendly. And then you might find a flyer on the counter that says, you know, they're having an event coming up next week. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Maybe I should take Samantha to this. Another way that I have fun and enjoy life is another mundane task, like might be having to run down to the store to do an Amazon return. And that again could take me 5 minutes in the car, but I might walk if I can carry the items, or I might ride my one wheel, which anybody who is familiar with a one wheel, has ever ridden one, knows it's a hell of a lot of fun. It is so much fun being on a one wheel. So you take an everyday simple task and make it fun. And that's how I do it. These are all of my metabolic methods for making my mitochondria as strong as possible.